What was the weirdest thing the weird kid did at school? A kid I grew up with started wearing homemade chainmail to school our freshman year of high school. Every day. For all 4 years. He was always pretty odd, but he was nice enough. Plus we had a few classes together through middle school and we had connected over a shared love of a few video games, so I felt comfortable asking him why he started wearing it all of a sudden. He proceeded to explain the defensive benefits of chainmail versus both sharp and blunt instruments of harm. For like 5 solid minutes. Daggers. Pikes. Hammers. Even how curved blades like katana and falchions would struggle against it. I basically just shrugged and told him makes sense. And we both went to our classes. I don't know what I expected, but I guess it wasn't the basic defensive benefits that armor offers. Edit, wow, thank you all. This is a much more widespread phenomenon than I had thought. This all took place in Wyoming, before it ceased being, for all the people wondering if it was their own nightly scholar. A wild kid activated a fire hose and started blasting everyone that came his way, students, teachers, didn't matter. One of my old students did that. It was hilarious. Obviously I had to pretend not to find it amusing, but it was great. This makes me wonder how many teachers find things just as funny as students do, but can't show it due to school rules. Like some of the shit kids do is genuinely hilarious and not finding it so seems strange. My partner's a teacher. They all find a lot of things hilarious. They also pretend not to know how things like memes, TikTok or Snapchat work because it winds the kids up. My friend does this with her son. You still playing that game? What's it called? Fortnite? Her latest wind-up is thinking the clock app is TikTok. The kids fall for it every time. What makes it extra funny is that her meme game is actually really strong, but all the kids think she has no idea how any of it works. You kids heard of this new game, Flappy Bird? Weird kid in elementary was a self-proclaimed alien. Once, while waiting for the bus, she told me on my planet we eat people like you and proceeded to bite me. We later became friends in high school and she used to give me massages during lunch break in the quad. Just realized now she was likely tenderizing me. How good were the massages though? Worth a risk, for sure. They took the edge off from Algebra 2. That's some risk-reward ratio right there. In 4th grade, one kid got so angry at something, maybe the work we were doing, he gripped his pencil as hard as he could, started yelling moaning, and stuck the sharp end of the pencil square into his forehead. One girl used to run all up around the playground on her own, pretending she was a horse. This is at too old an age for the rest of us to be doing this, think 1415. She got a medicine degree and is doing her surgical training at the moment. I bumped into her in a hospital after over a decade. All I could think of to say was, "Do you still love horses?" She laughed and said she had her own horse now. Figures. There was this pair of boys in the year above me in high school who used to make dirt bike noises everywhere they went. Lasted months. You'd randomly hear them coming down the stairs. Bois boit bois. We had a kid at my school that we called Damien Lamborghini. He would rev like a car engine and pull his pants down and chase the girls. He ended up in the Special Olympic for running. Damien Lamborghini sounds one of Roger's personas from American Dad. She wrote a list of all the girls and boys she wanted to kiss and murder and then casually passed it out on the playground. 2 separate lists or just the one? Same list, 2 columns, lol. He drove around the basketball courts, following the lines, on an imaginary bus. Had stopped to let people get on off the bus and then drive them to their stops, and we walked in a line behind him. When he stopped walking, had mimicked the door opening and closing and wouldn't let you on off if you didn't wait for the signal. Salutations, Ben the bus driver, I hope you achieved your dreams. Sounds like that one game in a gym where it was tagged but you could only follow the painted lines. Ran out of the class and I guess attempted to leave school or something. A bunch of teachers chased him. I could hear running out in the halls and teachers asking where he went. The door to the class was closed but there was a window. Quite a bit later I look up and I see him at the little window and he just looks at us and licks the window and runs away again, and I see a couple teachers run after. Same thing happened to a kid I knew in elementary. With the licking the window part and everything? You gotta know if it tastes like what it looks like. Impressively imitated the barking of a dog. Really sounded like a dog with a deep, fierce bark, not like a middle school student. Edited 12 hours later, thanks for the upvotes. I apologize if anyone was offended by my comment. Keep in mind that I am afraid of dogs. If you manage to sound exactly like a dog, then that will make me feel a little bit on edge, though it shouldn't. One of the girls I was in treatment could do this amazingly. She could do high barks, low barks, anything. She could make it so you wake up to a dog fight and it's just her. That one kid once went for a poop. He collected it in a bottle, put milk on it and went back into the classroom with his bottle of cocoa. He then proceeded to offer it to others. And to the teacher. He is a senior physician now. Being weird did not harm him. He was just practicing collecting fecal samples for his future medical endeavors. Alaskan pipeline aficionado. When the teacher told him to sit down, he screamed, "Duck, you cow." Fast forward 2 years, he tells everyone he's a vampire and stabs my friend with a pen to try to make him bleed. He was weird like. Sounds like your friend could have used some chainmail. I hear it's great for all sorts of blunt and sharp objects. There was a girl that pretended to be a horse and make horse noises. She also would draw pictures of all the guys' faces in detention with their bodies as half goat horse with very detailed massive male genitalia. She was a really good artist, lol. I'm betting she's a furry artist now, raking in the money. In 2021, being able to draw animal dick is economically equivalent to a PhD or two. I've almost finished my PhD, and if I could draw fat throbbing cocks cannonballing hot cum, I'd be making way more money. There are two that come to my mind. It just so happens that they were also good friends with each other. The first one, I remember chasing girls around the school with his penis out. This was when we were preteens. The second guy joined our class when we were early teens, and the two became best friends. One time, the teacher said something to the line of the back table, out, because they were annoying her. These two ducker decided to open the window and throw the table out. Edit, when I say preteen I mean around 8 or 9. In my native language you become a teenager at 11, I sometimes forget that in English it's 13 and up. He didn't say much, but if asked, he would go to the front of the class and perform Tiptoe Through the Tulips with all of the emotion and volume of Tiny Tim, holding nothing back. Now he is on Broadway. The last I heard, he became an energy trader, made a ton of money and married well. He once asked me to play spies with him. Knowing he didn't play with many people, I said yes. He took me on a mission around the school, before coming to a stop in front of bushes, pulling his pants all the way down and then started peeing in the bushes. At that point I was out. There was a kid who used to eat erasers and growl at other kids. I feel like every school had a growler. The list is endless, but one incident sticks out in my mind. The boy was getting told off by the teacher, and instead of taking it on the chin, he decided to jump on the table, shout "I'm out of here," and proceed to run full pelt into a steel beam that was supporting the roof. Knocked himself out cold. Was a fun lesson by all accounts. Said absolutely nothing to anyone besides "I like cows" for about a month. Anything you said to him, regardless of the context or situation? I like cows. Okay, so I had a kid at my school, not particularly bad but just annoyed the everything out of me, because I was the only one nice to him. He would follow me everywhere, randomly grab me for no reason, hug me and not give me any personal space, but here comes the worst part. We have school swimming lessons, and you could either get changed in the change rooms or the toilet showers. Since I am a shy person, I would always use the showers to get changed. Figures he followed me in there, got dressed outside my door, and just when I was leaving my cubicle, he was just there, dancing naked. I died inside that day. This is giving me strong Fregley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid vibes, lol.